So in today's video, I will demonstrate how I used budget-friendly equipment from my studio setup to my lighting in order to create these images. So hi everyone, this is Jiggie, a portrait and wedding photographer from the Philippines, and welcome to the channel and welcome to my small home studio. Now for you guys who are not familiar with the channel, this wooden area here is a relatively small shooting area of about 2.5 meters wide and about 4 meters deep. And in today's video, I will be discussing how we could use budget-friendly equipment to create fantastic portraits. And of course, we will start off with our backdrop. And what I found was this collapsible backdrop from Newer. Now, normally, whenever I am doing portraits, I start off with really very simple colors: black, white, and medium gray. So I decided to get this one. This is black and white, because having black and white, we are able to create gray. Now, you see, it's actually big. It folds like this. It's a collapsible backdrop. And with the stand, it only costs about $100. So it mounts this way to this stand. And we just need to lift it up. We immediately have a black backdrop here. Perfect for those dramatic portraits. And if you want it white, we can flip it. If you want it gray, we just make sure that the white is not hit by light. Therefore, we're going to be creating gray, which I will demonstrate later. Now, this is $98 with the stand. But if you don't want to get the stand and you just want to put this on a wall, I think it's half the price of $50. Now, the light that I will be using was another inexpensive light that I found. It's also made by Newer, and it is only about $45. You know, I'm actually not sure of the prices, but what I'll do is I'll put the link in the description below so you can check them out. But I know this is about $45. So it's your most basic of flash units. It doesn't even have radio control. If you notice, the power settings are just plus minus. You don't even know exactly how powerful the flash is. Very, very basic. And I have it connected to a receiver. This is your standard receiver that we had way back. And what it just does is that it remotely triggers your flash. You cannot even control the power of the flash from your camera. So you'll have to manually go and press plus and minus just to be able to make the flash stronger. But again, this is a budget lighting setup, and I want to show you how we can really maximize flash units like this. Oh, that hurt. How we could maximize flash units to create beautiful portraits. And for me, one of the things that's really needed is this. This one is a flash holder. But what I would always recommend is you get a flash holder like this, because it has a female Bowens mount. What is a female Bowens mount? Wait, let me turn this one off first. What's a female Bowens mount? Basically, it allows you to use most of the modifiers that are readily available, because this is what you call the Bowens mount. A male Bowens mount will fit in here, therefore you're able to modify the light. However, in this particular lighting setup that we're going to be demonstrating, I would want to use, again, a relatively inexpensive umbrella. By the way, this bracket I think is about $25. Now, what modifier we will use is this. This is a reflective umbrella. This is an 85 cm reflective umbrella. Can't get cheaper than this. Now, this one is from Photix, and it is actually the higher end of these types of umbrellas, but I know you can get one for about $50. Now, this is a diffuser in front. Normally, how to put it on is that you would close the umbrella first, put this over, like so. Let's close it. Put this over. Then put your hand in here, in the hole, and just, there we go. We've got a nice 85 cm reflective umbrella diffused. And then here on the reflector holder, the umbrella holder part of this bracket, you could just mount it there and put this inside. Now, normally, I would have the flash end where the umbrella begins, and I'll lock it there. And that's basically going to be our main modifier for today. Now let me show you what this budget-friendly setup can actually do. But before we do that, let's talk about the camera that I will be using today. So the camera that I'll be using is my Sony a7R Mark V, and the lens is a 50mm 1.2 GM because I plan to do some half-body portraits. So you might be saying, it's not budget. Well, obviously this one's not budget, but the lighting system that we are using are really budget friendly, and this backdrop and studio setup are budget friendly, and that is the point of this video. Of course, all these images that we are about to take, you could take with a camera that you have at your disposal. Now, my settings will be to remove all existing ambient light. So what I'll do is I'll turn off or I'll turn on live view. Now you can see that I have my iPad right here, and the purpose of this iPad is number one, so that my subject can see how she or he looks like, and at the same time I am doing a screen record so that you can see exactly what my camera is seeing. Therefore, all the images that you will be seeing is straight out of the camera unless stated otherwise. Most likely, the edited photos will be at the very end of the video. Now, what are my settings? Right now, I am at 1/160. Normally, I would be at 1/250, but we are using a trigger that's not really meant to go up to 1/200 or 1/250. So my flash sync speed is set at 1/160 only. Now, my aperture will be set at f4 just so that I can remove all existing ambient light, and then my ISO is set at 100 so that I can get the cleanest possible image. Now all these settings were set to remove all existing ambient light, because if I put it at 1.2, you will see that I am actually getting some of my video lights in the shot. I can push it maybe to f2. Okay, then let's just do f2 now. All right. Now for me to properly demonstrate the capabilities of this budget-friendly lighting setup and studio setup, it's time for me to call in my wife, Coco, who will be my subject for today. Come on in, babe. All right. Fantastic, babe. It's been a while since we've shot, and I'm so excited once again. Now you could see that I set my exposure earlier at f2 for my black backdrop, and we got fooled thinking that there was no light coming in anymore because we removed all existing ambient light because it was black. But now that my subject is there, we could see that we've got a lot of spill coming from my video light. That's why what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop down now to f5.6, which completely removes all existing ambient light. Then I will press a button here that I've set in my camera to turn off live view so that I can see who I am shooting. So again, let's go through this entire lighting setup. I have an 85 cm reflective umbrella with a diffuser in front. I've got a background there. Now, if you guys want to know the distance of the background to the subject, I have my trusty measuring tape. So my subject is about 25 inches away from the backdrop. My flash from center is 28 inches to 30 inches to my subject. And my subject is, there we go, see I'm measuring. About 55 inches away from my camera. My camera height is, well, you don't really need to know my camera height, but might as well, since I did that. It's about 5 feet tall. Okay, so with that, let's see how this one will turn out. Baby, mind facing this light? Nice, perfect. Oh, I love it. Wait, let me bring the camera slightly lower. Can you move one tiny step here, right there? Perfect. There we go. And this one really helps. You want this one in front? Okay. Okay, let's put this one in front. Put it a bit lower though, so that it doesn't block. Okay. All right. The thing is, every time you put something like this, you have to make sure to remind your subject to look at the camera and not herself in the iPad, okay? All right. Okay, perfect. That's it. 1, 2. Beautiful light coming from this particular lighting setup, but you guys might say it's too contrasty. So one side is too dark. That's why I have another budget-friendly solution to that one, which is this. It's my trusty 30 by 40 inch foam board. Now, it is held in place using this clamp. This one's about $25, I think, but I'll put everything in the description below. And what we're going to do is we're just going to capture the light that's spilling from here. Let me show you. What we're going to do is we're going to capture the light spilling from here and bounce it back to open up the shadows to reduce the contrast. Okay. And there we go. Beautiful. Can you move slightly going here? And then, yes, and then move forward towards me. Move here. There. Perfect. All right. Nice. Chin up slightly. Beautiful. Move here. Look here. You know what? I reduced the contrast a bit too much. So what I'm going to do is just bring it back a bit. And when I do that, I am going to get a bit more contrast to create more shape and form. I actually like that a lot. Very, very slimming. Slight move that. All right. Move slightly here. This way. All right. Beautiful. Nice. Chin up. Tilt your head this way. Good. Smile. Good. Now look what will happen if I turn off my flash and take one more shot. Completely black. So all the light that you're seeing is coming from my flash, and not bad for a $45 flash, correct? Nice. Chin up. This is a plain and simple standard portrait. But what if, let's say, you don't want a black background because you're saying that she's wearing black, she might be disappearing in the background, we need another light there. Yes, actually that is one solution. However, this is a budget lighting demonstration. So what we can do is we can just flip this background. Well, I can't because there's a pole in the middle, but we will flip it okay, this way. Excuse me, babe, I might end up hitting you. There you go. So now we're bringing out the white side. Clamp it on again. Okay, then lift it up. Perfect. There we go. All right. So the principle here now is that if light hits a white background, it's going to be white. But if light doesn't hit a white background, it's going to be 1, 2, gray. Right? Look at that. All of a sudden, you've got a gray backdrop. Now then, if I want it to be white, I have no choice but to put in another light there. But as of this moment, this one actually looks good. Can you take one tiny step back? There we go. Beautiful. I'll maybe face the light slightly towards you. Nice. And now reduce the contrast a bit more. Love it. I love how it's turning out. Look at how elegant the light we're getting. And this is a $45 flash, a $50 background without the light stand. You just put it on a wall. And yes, I am using a beautiful camera, the A7R Mark V with a 50mm 1.2, but you can get this image even with a very simple entry-level camera. All right, let's do one more, babe. Beautiful. I love it. It's actually so beautiful. Beautiful. Face here, babe, please. Beautiful. And that's what you can do with a budget-friendly lighting setup here in the studio. Thank you very much again, babe. Thank you. Okay, so just to recap. So, what did I use? I used this newer, I think this is the TT560. This is a $45 flash. We've got such a standard 85 cm reflective umbrella with a diffuser in front. I've got my flash holder here, a $50 background. You've got white, black, and gray, as you saw, in one small package. If you want the one with the light stand, I think it's going to cost you another $50. This one you could find in any art supply, and you've got a standard clamp there as a reflector holder. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I will try to answer most of the questions, if not all the questions posted there. Now, if you want to see some of the images that I've created, you could always find me in my social media sites. It's all in TikTok, Instagram, and in Facebook, all at Jiggie Alejandrino. And once again, I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. And I hope that because you enjoyed this video, you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell. Okay? Till the next video.